Today, I want to share something close to my heart, something that has the power to transform not just our daily lives, but our inner peace and strength. We all know how important prayer can be, but how often do we find ourselves questioning whether we're truly praying effectively? In a world that's constantly moving, it's easy to feel disconnected, distracted, or unsure of how to pray in a way that feels meaningful. But the truth is, prayer isn't just about words. It's about the intention, the connection, and the heart behind it. It's about finding that sacred space where we can align ourselves with something greater, tap into our deepest selves, and truly experience the power of divine guidance. Today, I'm here to walk you through some powerful steps, strategies, and insights to help you pray with purpose and effectiveness, to bring not just words, but real transformation into your life and the world around you. Prayer is a deeply personal and transformative experience, and to truly harness its power, one must begin with intention. One of the most significant aspects of prayer is knowing exactly what you seek before you even begin to speak. It's not simply about reciting words or repeating well-known phrases. It's about understanding the underlying purpose and aligning yourself with it. The intention behind your prayer shapes its power, and without clarity of purpose, prayer can easily become a passive, mechanical act rather than a deeply meaningful practice that connects you to something greater. When you enter into prayer, whether it's for a moment of reflection, seeking guidance, or expressing gratitude, it's essential to center your mind and heart on the intention you wish to set. Often people find themselves saying prayers out of habit or in response to specific needs, but the true effectiveness of prayer emerges when you approach it with purpose. Without a focused mind, prayer can become scattered, unsure, and disjointed. Much like trying to navigate without a clear destination in mind. You may still be moving forward, but the journey will lack direction. One of the first steps in effective prayer is to pause and give yourself the space to truly focus. It's easy to become distracted by the noise of the world or by the constant busyness of life. But when you approach prayer with a clear mind, you bring a deeper level of authenticity to your words. Whether you're seeking guidance in a difficult decision, expressing gratitude for the blessings in your life, or asking for strength in the face of challenges, each of these requests requires clarity. When you know what you seek, your prayer becomes more than just words. It becomes a request made with sincerity and depth. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly need before entering into prayer. Do you need wisdom to navigate a complex situation? Are you seeking clarity on a particular decision? Is there a heavy burden on your heart that you wish to release? Or perhaps you're simply in need of a sense of peace, a moment of stillness amidst the chaos of your day. Identifying these desires is the first step toward connecting with the divine in a meaningful way. Without this clarity, prayer risks becoming an act of mere routine rather than a conscious, intentional practice that has the power to transform. For example, when seeking guidance, it's important to frame your prayer with a specific question or desire. Instead of a vague plea like, "Please guide me," try to articulate more precisely what you're struggling with or what you need help understanding. A focused prayer could sound something like, "I am uncertain about this career decision, and I need clarity to choose the path that aligns with my purpose and values." This level of specificity allows you to enter into a conversation with your higher power, offering a sense of clarity not just for you, but for the divine energy you are connecting with. A focused prayer will invite guidance in a way that a broad general request simply cannot. Similarly, expressing gratitude is one of the most powerful forms of prayer. However, gratitude is most impactful when it is specific. Saying thank you for everything may express appreciation, but the act of focusing on particular moments, blessings, or relationships in your life brings your gratitude to life. For example, you could say, "Thank you for the health and well-being of my family, for the opportunities I've been given, and for the strength I've discovered within myself." When you bring this level of intention to your gratitude, your prayer becomes more than just an acknowledgement. It becomes an active, heartfelt expression of thankfulness that reverberates with meaning. Even when asking for strength, it's important to be clear about what you need. Strength can come in many forms: emotional resilience, physical endurance, or mental clarity. Rather than saying, "Please give me strength," it can be more effective to ask, "Please give me the emotional strength to face the challenges ahead," or "Please grant me the strength to remain calm and centered during this difficult situation." By framing your prayer in this way, you not only communicate a specific request, but you also create a mental and spiritual pathway for that strength to manifest. The more clearly you can articulate your needs, the more effectively you can receive and recognize the support that comes to you. Another important aspect of focusing your mind during prayer is the concept of present moment awareness. It's easy to let the mind wander to the past or the future during prayer, but to truly engage with the power of prayer, you must remain rooted in the present. This means acknowledging your current situation and the emotions you are experiencing right now. When you focus your mind on the present moment, you align yourself with the energy of the universe in a way that allows for genuine transformation. Prayer becomes an anchor, helping you stay grounded in the now, even if everything around you feels uncertain. In a world that constantly demands our attention, taking the time to pause, breathe, and focus on your prayer can be a powerful act of self-care. The mind is often bombarded with endless thoughts, worries, and distractions. But when you consciously quiet the mind and direct your energy toward a singular, focused intention, you open yourself up to a deeper connection with the divine. This focused approach to prayer not only allows for clearer communication, but also fosters a sense of peace and clarity that extends beyond the prayer itself. Effective prayer also requires an openness to receiving guidance. Knowing what you seek is only one part of the equation. The other is being open to the answers and insights that come, whether they align with your expectations or not. Sometimes the guidance we seek isn't delivered in the way we envision it, and it's in these moments that having a focused prayer helps us stay open to alternative solutions and perspectives. It's easy to become frustrated when our prayers seem unanswered, but prayer with a clear intention is about trust. Trust that the response will come in the way that is most beneficial, even if it looks different from what we anticipated. The act of beginning each prayer with a focused mind also encourages mindfulness. It invites you to slow down, center your thoughts, and immerse yourself in the sacredness of the moment. This type of prayer becomes less about achieving a result and more about entering into a dialogue with the divine, an exchange of energy, intention, and connection. The more focused and clear you are in your approach, the more you cultivate a sense of inner calm and peace, allowing the rest of your day or week to unfold with greater ease. It's also important to acknowledge that prayer is not always about asking for something. Sometimes the most effective prayer is one of surrender, of letting go of the need to control or dictate the outcome. In these instances, clarity of intention is still vital, but the intention might shift from asking for something specific to simply being present and open to whatever is meant to unfold. This type of prayer teaches us to trust in the divine timing and wisdom, releasing any attachment to the outcome. In conclusion, effective prayer is about more than just words. It's about approaching prayer with a clear, focused mind and a deep sense of intention. Whether you're seeking guidance, expressing gratitude, or asking for strength, knowing exactly what you seek brings clarity and power to your prayer. When you center yourself and align your heart and mind with your purpose, your prayer becomes a true expression of your needs and desires. Through this intentional approach, prayer transforms from a passive act to an active, purposeful dialogue with the divine, one that has the potential to bring profound changes to your life and your spirit. Prayer, when practiced regularly, is not just a tool for times of crisis or uncertainty. It's a powerful way to cultivate a deep, ongoing relationship with the divine. Too often, people turn to prayer only when they find themselves in trouble, facing hardship, or feeling lost. While prayer in times of difficulty is undoubtedly essential and powerful, the true strength of prayer lies in making it a part of your daily life, a constant and consistent practice that nurtures your spiritual well-being. Prayer should not be viewed as a reaction to life's challenges, but as an ongoing conversation, a regular exchange of energy, love, and connection that allows us to stay grounded, peaceful, and centered no matter what life presents us with. When prayer becomes a regular practice, it has the potential to transform our relationship with the divine. Think of prayer as a bridge, one that connects you to something greater than yourself. This connection isn't something that should only be explored in moments of despair or desperation. If you wait until the storm hits to seek shelter, you miss the opportunity to cultivate a strong foundation that can weather any storm. Consistency in prayer nurtures that foundation, strengthening your spiritual connection and providing you with the strength and guidance needed to navigate all aspects of life. Regular prayer is about discipline and intention. It's about setting aside time each day to connect with the divine, even when life is good, even when things are flowing smoothly. This practice ensures that you're not only calling on prayer in moments of need, but also turning to it as a source of gratitude, clarity, and peace. Just as you wouldn't allow a friendship to remain stagnant by only reaching out in times of crisis, you shouldn't treat your relationship with the divine as something that only serves you in your moments of distress. Regular prayer helps you build a consistent line of communication, allowing you to deepen that connection over time. One of the first benefits of making prayer a regular practice is the development of a stronger sense of mindfulness. When you dedicate time each day to pray, you create a space for intentional reflection. This reflection isn't just about asking for something, but about pausing, slowing down, and bringing awareness to your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Each time you pray, you are invited to check in with yourself, acknowledge your current state, and become more aware of what's going on in your life and in your heart. This act of mindfulness can significantly enhance your ability to cope with challenges as you cultivate a clearer understanding of your own emotional and spiritual needs. In a world where everything seems to be moving at a rapid pace, it's easy to forget the importance of stillness. Our daily lives are filled with constant noise, phones ringing, social media notifications, work deadlines, personal obligations. And we often find ourselves running from one task to the next without ever taking a moment to pause and reflect. Prayer offers a sacred space of stillness, an opportunity to step back from the noise of life and tune in to a deeper frequency. By making prayer a daily practice, you are committing to a daily pause, a daily reset that brings clarity, peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. Making prayer a regular practice also teaches us the importance of gratitude. It's easy to take things for granted when life is going well, but prayer provides us with the opportunity to express appreciation for the many blessings we have in our lives. When you pray every day, you are more likely to reflect on the things you are thankful for, big or small. Gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you recognize the abundance that already exists in your life. It allows you to focus on the positive even when challenges arise. Gratitude in prayer is not only an acknowledgement of what you have, but also a reminder of your connection to the divine source that provides for all your needs. When you turn to prayer regularly, it helps you become more attuned to your spiritual needs. It becomes a time to reflect on your own growth and seek guidance for the path ahead. Life is filled with questions, uncertainties, and crossroads, and we often turn to others for advice. However, when we make prayer a consistent practice, we learn to turn inward and seek guidance from the divine. Prayer allows us to ask for clarity, wisdom, and direction, helping us navigate our lives with purpose and intentionality. When we're constantly connected to this source of wisdom, we begin to trust ourselves more, knowing that the guidance we seek is always available. Another important benefit of making prayer a daily practice is the sense of inner peace it brings. When we are constantly reacting to the external world, it can feel like we are at the mercy of circumstances. Prayer, however, offers us a way to center ourselves and find peace regardless of what's going on around us. It serves as a reminder that we are not alone and that we can find comfort in the divine presence that surrounds us. When we pray regularly, we are better able to detach from the stresses of daily life and cultivate a sense of calm that helps us face challenges with a clear mind and a steady heart. Regular prayer also helps build resilience. Life will inevitably bring its fair share of difficulties, loss, disappointment, pain, and confusion. But when prayer is a constant part of your life, it equips you with the emotional and spiritual tools to handle these challenges. Rather than reacting impulsively or with fear, you develop the ability to respond from a place of inner strength and peace. Prayer strengthens your spiritual muscle, teaching you how to lean into the divine support available to you in times of trouble. With a regular prayer practice, you learn to trust that no matter what comes your way, you have the strength and guidance to overcome it. As your relationship with the divine deepens through regular prayer, you begin to feel more connected to the world around you. Prayer not only strengthens your relationship with the divine, but also with the people and experiences that come into your life. It shifts your perspective, allowing you to see the sacred in every moment and encounter. When you pray consistently, you start to recognize the divine presence in your relationships, your work, your challenges, and even in the small everyday moments. You begin to realize that you are part of a larger, interconnected whole, and that your prayers ripple out into the world, touching the lives of others. Additionally, regular prayer builds discipline and consistency. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to let prayer fall by the wayside, especially when life gets busy. But by making prayer a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, you create a sense of structure and consistency in your spiritual practice. It becomes something you prioritize, just as you would any other essential part of your day, like eating or exercising. This consistency helps you stay grounded and connected to your higher self, no matter what external circumstances arise. Prayer, as a regular practice, also invites vulnerability. When you approach prayer daily, you give yourself the opportunity to be honest and transparent with yourself and the divine. Prayer is a space where you can express your deepest fears, desires, frustrations, and joys without judgment. This vulnerability fosters growth, allowing you to release emotional burdens, heal past wounds, and open yourself to new possibilities. Over time, regular prayer teaches you to surrender, to let go of the need for control, and trust in the divine plan, knowing that you are held and supported in every moment. In essence, making prayer a regular practice is an investment in your spiritual, emotional, and mental well-being. It strengthens your relationship with the divine, provides clarity and guidance, fosters resilience, and helps you maintain inner peace in the midst of life's ups and downs. When you make prayer a daily conversation, you build a foundation of strength and connection that will carry you through every season of life, helping you navigate with grace, wisdom, and love. Regular prayer transforms your life, allowing you to experience the world with a deeper sense of purpose, compassion, and joy. It is not just a practice, it is a way of living that aligns your heart, mind, and spirit with the divine.